Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, class. After having the previous video to play that is about the instrument, now you have the video about data analysis. Thank you for joining. This is the last second video, okay, in our lecture of the qualitative research in language education. Therefore, we have to recite Umul Kitab first to start the class, please. Pray begin. Okay, thank you. In 10 minutes, I will have 11 slides to present. It is about the data analysis, about the process, about the example, how to analyze the data. So I would like to make it for the full screen like this. Now we go to the ways of organizing and presenting data analysis. There are by groups, by individuals, by issue, by research question, and by instrument. If you go with by groups, you have to use in relation to a single instrument approach. That is, put together the data derived from questionnaires, interviews, and observation. How about by individuals here? Put together the issues arising across individuals to look for themes, shared responses, response patterns, agreement, and also disagreement. How can we the issue used in non-native speakers learning English? So sometimes it derives coming from the acronym and as non-native speakers. Then by research question, draw together all the relevant data for the exact issue of concern to the researcher. Then the last way is by instrument that used in conjunction with another approach. For example, by issue and by people. So combining. After having the ways of organizing and presenting data analysis, we have the semantic approaches to data analysis. You can find 5 boxes here given in a structured way coming from the upper left side, comparing different groups simultaneously and over time. Then it moves to the right one, matching responses given in interviews to observed behavior. Okay, and then forwarding to the next box that is in the upper right side, analyzing deviant and negative cases. Now moving to the second line for the box, okay, in the left side, calculating frequencies of occurrences and responses. And then the last approach is assembling and providing sufficient data that keeps parent row data from analysis. That's how to make the systematic approaches to data analysis. Now we move on to the methodological tools for analyzing qualitative data. The first is analytic induction, constant comparison, enumeration, and typological analysis. I'd like to go to the first one that is about analytic induction. It employs a systematic and exhaustive examination of a limited number of cases in order to provide generalizations. The process of analytic induction you may see here from the left side need to redefine phenomenon. If the answer is yes, you go to the start define or redefine phenomenon and then doing study cases of phenomenon. But if the answer is no, directly go forward to formulating or reformulating hypothesis, followed with the study more cases. And then the last one, the questions is do all the cases with the hypothesis. If the answer is yes, you may stop for the data analysis. But if the answer is no, you may to redefine the phenomenon. That's about the process of analytic induction. How about the second one? We have constant comparison. Here is a just repeatedly compare data points, emerging codes, and categories to identify patterns, refine understanding, and develop theories. I'd like to show you about its process, coming from A to E. A here meaning that data collection and initial coding. B, there will be constant comparison. And then C will be theoretical sampling. And then the fourth D will be memo writing. And then E here as the last point is comparing across cases. That's the process of constant comparison. Now we move to the third one. Before having the enumeration, for the types of data analysis in qualitative research, we have this one first, okay, typological analysis. What's that? So actually the aim is creating a system of distinct related categories called a typology to organize phenomena by their similarities and differences. And the last one is enumeration. So it quantifies elements within qualitative data, such as counting the frequency of a word, term, or code within a text or transcript. Here we go. We have the process as I mentioned previously in the first video of this meeting. The analysis is divided into 5, coming from the upper left side, from organizing the data, and then you go to sorting data into relevant topical categories. The next is understanding the data. It means that you use the open initial coding. Later, you have to interpret the data by identifying patterns, themes, and findings. The last is explaining the data you gathered by applying theory and explaining findings. Sometimes in the discussion of the article, coming from journal or maybe proceeding, you have to clarify your result or findings by supporting in the form of free supporting references. It means that your findings could be supported by any other idea. That's all from me, from the data analysis, the types, the process, and then its clarification and elaboration. Thank you. See you with me in the last video for the last meeting. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.